The mind is the most powerful tool you possess. It holds the keys to your success, your happiness, and your future. Yet, for most of us, the mind is something we don't fully understand or control. We live on autopilot, replaying old thoughts, fears, doubts, and patterns that we've carried for years, even decades. We allow the same negative loops to repeat over and over, often without realizing it. The truth is, the quality of your life is determined by the quality of your thoughts. If you are constantly thinking that you're not good enough, that success is out of reach, or that you're destined to fail, then those thoughts will define the course of your life. They will limit your potential, determine your actions, and ultimately create your reality. But here's the game-changing truth. In just 3 days, you can begin to break those mental chains. You can begin to reset your mind and shift the way you think. You can rewire your brain to think differently, to see opportunities where you once saw obstacles, to embrace challenges instead of shrinking from them. This is not a quick fix or a temporary solution. This is the beginning of a new mental operating system, a system that aligns with your highest potential, one that is powerful, positive, and driven by faith in your purpose. Imagine if you could wake up tomorrow and break free from the mental patterns that have kept you stuck. Imagine what would be possible if you stopped playing small, if you started to believe in the unlimited potential inside of you. This is not some distant dream. It's a reality you can begin today. But it all starts with awareness. For change to happen, you must first acknowledge where you are. You cannot move forward if you're still holding on to outdated beliefs and self-limiting thoughts. The first step is realizing that your mind is not an unchangeable force. It's malleable. It can be shaped, transformed, and redirected. We spend so much of our lives running on autopilot, unconsciously reacting to the circumstances around us. We let external factors determine our internal state. But you have the power to flip the script. You have the power to take control of your thoughts and direct them towards what you truly want. The 3-day challenge is about taking the reins of your mind. It's about stopping the automatic, reactive thinking that has kept you in a loop and choosing to think intentionally. This is the challenge. Are you willing to break free from the mental prison you've been living in? Are you ready to step into a new way of thinking, one that will empower you and propel you toward the future you desire? This challenge isn't about trying harder. It's about becoming aware of what's happening in your mind and then consciously redirecting it. It's about deciding that you are the one who will dictate the narrative of your life, not your fears, your doubts, or the past mistakes that still haunt you. Over the next 3 days, you will learn how to become aware of the patterns that have been holding you back. You will observe your thoughts instead of being controlled by them. You will realize that your thoughts are not facts, they're just habits. And once you recognize this, you can begin to change them. By day 1, you will have taken the first crucial step toward transforming your mindset. But this is just the beginning. The power to change is already within you. It's time to unlock it. The 3-day challenge is your opportunity to tap into that power, to stop drifting through life, allowing your thoughts and emotions to dictate your actions, and to start becoming intentional about the way you think. The world will tell you that you're limited, that your circumstances define you, that you're too old, too young, too inexperienced, or not good enough. But none of those things matter if you can master your mind. The mind is where everything begins. It's where your success starts, where your happiness is cultivated, and where your dreams take root. If you can change your mind, you can change your life. The first step is awareness. Are you ready to take it? On day 1 of the 3-day challenge, the focus is on awareness. This is the foundation of all transformation. The truth is, most of us are living on autopilot. We don't realize how often we allow our subconscious mind to drive the car, taking us places we don't want to go. These autopilot thoughts are often shaped by past experiences, old fears, societal conditioning, and beliefs we've picked up along the way. But for real transformation to take place, you must first become conscious of your current state. Awareness isn't just about recognizing the thoughts you have. It's about understanding their influence over your actions, emotions, and decisions. It's about realizing that the way you think, speak, and act is directly tied to what's going on in your mind. Think about it. How many times do you go through an entire day without even thinking about what you're thinking? Most people never take the time to analyze their thoughts because they're simply too busy reacting to the world around them. They don't stop to notice the patterns, the self-doubt, or the limiting beliefs that keep showing up in their mind. That's where the power of day one lies. By simply observing your thoughts, you begin to break the cycle. You'll notice how frequently negative thoughts appear, how easily you slip into self-sabotage, and how often you default to fear-based thinking. This is the starting point of the challenge, to stop being passive in your own life and to become the observer of your mind. On day one, the task is simple. Track your thoughts. Every time a negative or limiting thought arises, take note of it. It's important not to judge or fight these thoughts. This isn't about resisting or denying what you're feeling. It's about bringing your awareness to what's actually happening. Do you have doubts about your abilities? Do you constantly worry about the future or replay past mistakes? Are you stuck in a pattern of comparing yourself to others? Every time you notice a thought like this, acknowledge it. Write it down. By doing this, you begin to gain control over your mind rather than allowing it to control you. This process of awareness has the power to break through the unconscious programming that has been dictating your behavior for years. It's like having a light shine into a dark room, illuminating the things you didn't know were there. You begin to see the automatic responses you've been operating from, and you realize that many of them aren't even your own. They were handed to you by society, by people who didn't understand your true potential, or by experiences that caused you to close off certain parts of yourself. Day one isn't about fixing or changing everything all at once. It's about becoming aware enough to know that change is possible. This day is an exercise in mindfulness. The goal is to bring your mind into the present moment, to pay attention to each thought and how it shapes your life. In doing this, you start to realize just how much of your reality is being created by the thoughts you choose to focus on. By the end of day one, you may start to feel empowered. You may begin to notice how many times you've unknowingly sabotaged your own success or blocked opportunities simply because you were stuck in negative thinking. But here's the breakthrough. As soon as you recognize these patterns, you've already begun the process of transformation. Awareness is the first step to freedom. And once you realize that your thoughts are not fixed, you open the door to possibility. As you move through day one, remember that the key is not to force change, but to observe without judgment. Don't be discouraged if you find that your thoughts are predominantly negative or self-limiting. This is simply part of the process. Recognizing where you are is the most important first step in making lasting change. Think of this day as planting the seed of transformation. Once you see how your thoughts shape your reality, you will begin to take the steps to shift them. Awareness will lead you to action, and action will lead you to results. On day two of the 3-day challenge, the focus shifts to the power of your words. Your words are not just sounds or phrases, they are powerful forces that shape your reality. What you say to yourself and what you say to others carries immense weight. The language you use reflects your inner thoughts and beliefs, and it has the power to either reinforce or break the chains that have held you back. On day two, you will start to consciously choose your words and see how they can be a tool for rewiring your mind. The words you speak shape the world you experience. When you speak negatively about yourself, your potential, or your circumstances, you are reinforcing the very things you don't want in your life. But when you speak words of empowerment, possibility, and faith, you begin to reprogram your mind for success. Words carry energy. They affect your emotions, your actions, and your reality. Negative words create a negative environment, while positive words create an environment of growth, confidence, and possibility. On day two, you will start by eliminating the self-limiting phrases from your vocabulary. Words like, I can't, it's too hard, I'm not good enough, must be replaced with empowering affirmations. Instead of saying, I can't, start saying, I am capable. Replace I'm not good enough with I am worthy of success. Where you once saw obstacles, choose to speak of opportunities. When you face challenges, instead of saying this is impossible, say I am finding solutions. This simple shift in language will begin to rewire your thinking slowly but surely. Your thoughts dictate your emotions, and your emotions influence your actions. If your thoughts are constantly negative, your emotions will follow, and your actions will reflect that negativity. But when your words are positive, your emotions shift, and your actions align with that positivity. It all starts with conscious language. When you speak affirmations and positive declarations over your life, your subconscious mind starts to internalize those words as truth. The more you speak them, the more you believe them, and the more they influence your actions. The words you speak today will shape your tomorrow. But it's not just about speaking words of affirmation in isolation. You must also align your actions with your words. If you speak positive words but don't take action to match them, you'll create an internal conflict. This conflict can undermine your progress. Your words must align with your mindset and your behavior. Speaking words of empowerment and simultaneously taking steps toward your goals creates a powerful synergy. It reinforces your belief in yourself and your ability to achieve whatever you set your mind to. On day 2, you will not only focus on changing your inner dialogue, but you will also practice speaking words of encouragement to others. Compliment someone. Offer words of support. Encourage someone else to step into their greatness. The more you speak life into others, the more life you will speak into yourself. Your words are a mirror to your inner world, and by consciously choosing them, you can begin to reshape both your internal and external reality. It's time to stop waiting for the world to change and start creating change with the words you speak. Remember, this is your mind. You are in control of what you allow to shape it. Day 2 is about claiming that control and using your words as the tool that reprograms your mind and rewires your destiny. On day 3 of the 3-day challenge, the focus shifts to the power of focus itself. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. What you focus on in life ultimately determines the trajectory you take. If you focus on your problems, your fears, and your limitations, that is where your life will stay. But if you shift your focus toward your goals, your growth, and the opportunities around you, you create a powerful momentum that propels you forward. This shift in focus is the key to unlocking your full potential. One of the greatest challenges people face is the constant pull of distractions. We live in a world that bombards us with information, notifications, and demands for our attention. In the midst of this chaos, it becomes easy to lose focus on what truly matters. We get caught up in worry, stress, and distractions, often forgetting the power of focused energy. But on day 3, you will learn to take control of your focus and direct it toward what you want to achieve. Focus is like a laser beam. It can cut through the noise and target what's most important. If you can master the art of focus, you can accomplish anything. The key is to choose where you place your attention. Many people find themselves distracted by negative thoughts or circumstances. It's easy to get caught up in complaining about what's wrong, dwelling on past failures, or worrying about the future. But none of these things serve you. When you focus on problems, you only amplify them. When you focus on fear, you create more of it. The mind is incredibly powerful, and what you give your attention to expands. On day 3, you will learn to take back control of your focus by intentionally choosing to focus on solutions, opportunities, and your own growth. You will learn to turn your attention away from negativity and redirect it toward the positive possibilities in your life. The most successful people in the world are not the ones who are constantly multitasking or reacting to every distraction. They are the ones who are intentional with their focus. They choose to focus on what matters most, and they put all their energy into that one thing. This is how they create extraordinary results. Mastering your focus means saying no to distractions, even when they seem urgent or important. It means learning to prioritize what truly matters and to eliminate anything that does not contribute to your goals. On day 3, you will practice this discipline by setting a clear focus for the day. You will decide what's most important and make that your singular focus. When distractions arise, you will acknowledge them, but refuse to let them take you off course. Focus requires discipline. It requires the ability to say no to the things that don't serve you, even when they seem enticing. But when you make that choice, you begin to align your mind, your actions, and your energy with what you truly want. Focus is not just about eliminating distractions. It's about redirecting your energy to the things that will move you closer to your goals. It's about learning to say yes to your dreams, your potential, and your purpose. At the end of day 3, you will have learned how to harness the power of focus and direct it toward creating the life you want. The difference between successful people and those who struggle is the ability to keep their focus locked on their vision, regardless of the distractions that try to pull them away. When you master focus, you master your life. Focus will be the bridge between where you are now and where you want to go. When you consistently choose to focus on what truly matters, you will begin to see dramatic changes in your life. Day 3 is the culmination of the challenge where everything you've learned about awareness and language comes together in a powerful way. Your mind is now primed for success, and your focus will be the driving force that propels you forward. The final section of the 3-day challenge brings everything you've learned together into a powerful conclusion. The awareness of your thoughts, the intentional use of language, and the mastery of focus all contribute to one crucial truth. Your mind has been rewired, and so has your life. By the end of day 3, you'll realize that you are no longer a passive observer of your thoughts and actions. You are an active creator of your reality. The power of the mind is that it does not just reflect the world, it shapes it. If you have followed this challenge with intention, your thoughts, words, and focus have already begun to align with your highest purpose, and this alignment is what will change everything. The rewired mind is one that no longer accepts negativity as its default setting. It doesn't automatically revert to old, limiting beliefs, nor does it focus on what's wrong. A rewired mind sees opportunities, embraces growth, and taps into the unlimited potential that resides within it. The rewired mind is focused on what it wants, not on what it fears. It believes in solutions, and it is constantly looking for ways to expand rather than contract. The great thing about this transformation is that it doesn't happen overnight, but once it starts, it becomes a snowball effect. Each day, the rewired mind will push you further toward your goals and closer to the person you are meant to be. The real power lies in consistency. Now that you have completed the 3-day challenge, it's time to make it a way of life. Transformation isn't a one-time event, it's a lifelong journey. And the tools you've gained, awareness, positive language, and focus, are the instruments that will continue to serve you every day. You are the architect of your thoughts, words, and actions. Your mind has been equipped to create success, joy, and fulfillment, but it's up to you to continue using that power to shape your reality. The final charge is this: never allow your mind to slip back into old patterns. Just as a muscle must be consistently worked to stay strong, your mind must be intentionally nurtured and trained. Use the awareness from day 1 to recognize when old, negative thought patterns arise, and instead of accepting them, actively redirect your focus. Use the empowering language from day 2 to replace any self-doubt or fear with positive affirmations that align with your goals. And continue to practice focused, intentional living, aligning your daily actions with the life you want to create. Your rewired mind is not something you have to fight to maintain. It's something you must continuously feed and strengthen. The beauty of this challenge is that it is not just about changing your thoughts for 3 days. It's about setting in motion a new way of living. You are now equipped with the tools to create a life you've always dreamed of. With awareness, words, and focus, you can take charge of your destiny. You can design the future you've always imagined. The rewiring of your mind doesn't stop here. It's a lifelong process. But remember, the first step has already been taken. The rest of the journey is now up to you. And as you continue on this path, you will realize that the power to change your life was always inside you. You just needed to unlock it. With a rewired mind, you have everything you need to step into the greatness that awaits you. The question is, what will you do with this new power? The choice is yours. As you complete the 3-day challenge, remember that the rewiring of your mind is not just a temporary change. It's the beginning of a new way of living. You have now laid the foundation for a mindset that will serve you for the rest of your life. The power of awareness, intentional language, and focused attention will continue to shape the way you approach every situation, every challenge, and every opportunity that comes your way. The question now becomes, how will you maintain this momentum? And how will you ensure that the work you've done over the last 3 days continues to unfold and evolve? The truth is, transformation isn't a one-time event. It's a continual process of growth and refinement. The challenge you've completed in 3 days is a starting point, but the real work comes in making these practices a part of your daily routine. Every day you must choose to be aware of your thoughts and redirect them when necessary.